Chad Little's interactive whiteboard project for eTech 5610. The subject I chose was order of operations. Teaching 6th grade math, when it came time to review for LEAP test, we did after school tutoring, and order of operations was one of the subjects that we had to cover a good bit. Had I known this was available, I would have used it, and maybe we will use it next year. Very simple on Nearpod. It gives you up in the left hand corner the code. The student signs in, enters their code. It then eventually starts out for there. There's usually a step for them to put their name in, but my name is already in there, I guess. Okay, this is the teacher view. The next page opens a website, and it just runs through the order of operations review. I would go through this slowly with the students, going over things such as the operations are adding, subtracting, multiplying, etc. It gives you a problem you talk about as to which one do you do first. And it tells you if you're doing it in the wrong order, you're going to get the wrong answer. So it goes through each operations. Parentheses first. This is what happens if you do it right. This is what happens if you do it wrong. Exponents, same thing. Multiplying and dividing, and then adding and subtracting. Otherwise, just go left to right. So how do you remember all that stuff? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. PEMDAS. Multiplying and dividing are of equal rank as are adding and subtracting. Once again, it gives you the PEMDAS in the order. And how do you remember that? Even a better way is please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. It gives you a lot of other, versions of those to help you, but I've always heard please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And then we would run through the examples, working each one with the students, making sure they understood everything. If we had any questions, we would go more in depth. And then it goes on to talk about exponents of exponents, which we didn't deal with, but fairly straightforward how to work those. And then it goes back to the original question and runs through and gives them the answers. Teacher would then click to the next slide, and it shows a fill in the blank activity. Parenthesis, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Student says they're done, and it tells them, good job, you got them all correct. Teacher sees that, moves on to the next one. It is a drawing slide. You get to give them a problem and highlight the operations in the order of red, blue, and green. So you go down here, you pick the red, and they would run through there. Parenthesis, no. Exponents, no. Multiplication, yes. The next one was blue. Run through there. Division will be next. And finally, green. The addition. They submit it. It tells them it's done. The teacher gets to see it. Would get to see all of them, and then you move on to the next one. Next one is the same thing, just an extra step. Go red, blue, green, and then yellow. So we'd pick the red. No parenthesis, no exponents, multiplication. Yes. Blue would be the division. Green would be moving from left to right, the first subtraction. And yellow would be the second subtraction. They submit it. It tells them they submitted it. The teacher gets to look at it and then move on. Another drawing which uses exponents. This one is just circle your first operation. So you run through there, parenthesis, yes. Inside the parenthesis, no. Exponents, yes. Choose the pencil, circle 2 to the third, and submit. Teacher gets to look at it, Say yes, that's good, we move on. Next one is a quiz. This is short, just 2 questions. Obviously, it would have more questions, more examples, but for the purpose of this slide, this presentation, we're just going to do 2. Which of the following is the first operation? 20 times 6 or 6 minus 2? We've already chosen 6 minus 2. Next, solve it. 12 divided by 3 plus 4 minus 16 minus 6 times 2. 12 divided by 3 gives you 4 plus 4 gives you 8. 6 times 2 gives you 12. 16 minus 12 gives you 4. 8 minus 4 gives you 4. For this one, we'll go through and we'll just say the wrong answer. You submit it. As a student, the teacher gets to see which one you got wrong. And then you move on to the next one, which is just the ending slide, order of operations, PEMDAS, thank you. Obviously, it would be longer, it would have more operations and problems and give them more chances to work with it, but for this presentation, that's all we did. Thank you.